What's going on, everybody? Doc from Average Gamer Guys back yet again. Finally, actually back into some action. Uh, it's been a busy week. Moved houses, finally got a new setup, got a new office going on, got some new equipment in, and just happy to be back. So happy to be back into some more PUBG. So today, this is kind of a twofold episode. One, I finally get some pretty good solo gameplay. I have a pretty good match here. I'm still in the hunt for my first solo chicken din. I get very, very close in this one. I'm a little disappointed, honestly. But I figured I'd share a couple tips that I've, been having some success with, getting some top 10s, getting some top 5s, and even in this match, coming very, very close to getting that coveted chicken din din. So I kind of want to talk through that, and I also kind of wanted to talk through something that I've noticed that I think some people have probably been talking about and been wondering about. So PUBG, definitely a game that isn't fully polished and refined. Sloth did a good video the other day kind of talking about it, kind of talking about his hesitation with this game beta, kind of talking about the hesitation with just the game in general, for the sole fact that, again, it's not very polished. There's a lot for them to work on. I will say the publishers have done a really good job of doing updates. They've done a really, really good job of, keeping the focus. They've got a good list of things that they want to do for 2018, so I'm super excited to that. We just recently had about a 4 gig update that came out about a week ago that did a lot of optimization, and seems to have really helped just fix the game, in general. Since that update, I've been running it. I don't think maybe but once or twice I've crashed. Prior to that, you would get a lot of crashes, honestly. If anybody's played it and they've played it for a while, since it came out, they know that it's just been prone to crashes, and I'll say that the most recent update really has synchronized a lot of things and helped with that. So one thing that I have noticed, so I was playing on an old original Xbox One, like the first edition that came out. I just recently upgraded a little bit ago to an Xbox One X, and I played this game on both Xboxes, and I will tell you, it's amazing to see the difference. Now, obviously, the Xbox One X, much more powerful, just generally a better console. Things are streamlined. It's got the computing power behind it, so that makes sense that it would run better. But I've been talking to some folks too and doing some research online, and it also seems that even just the Xbox One S is a little bit better optimized to handle this game. I found that really interesting, just for the sole fact that I didn't think there would be that big of a difference. But it turns out that is actually the case. So pretty surprised by that, but definitely if you are looking at or thinking about purchasing a console, maybe you were like me and have one of the first generation Xbox Ones, and maybe you need some extra storage space, or you're just looking to upgrade, and maybe PUBG is just a game that you really, really, really love. You're definitely going to not regret it when it comes to this. I will say, obviously, a lot of other games, 4K support, all that stuff looks really, really good. So pretty cool there. You get a lot of benefits, and one of them is definitely going to be the fact that this game is going to run a lot more smooth. It's going to run just better, and I think you're going to see that and enjoy that, and I know I have. So I just thought that was worth mentioning, kind of worth discussing, and again, it goes without saying, but definitely worth kind of bringing up to the point. Like I said, I think this game, it really does have good potential. I know Sloth's finally getting into the groove and enjoying it, and getting a couple. Really, once you get that first win, the game kind of starts to take care of itself, and you really do start to enjoy it. And like I said, I think the improvements, the optimizations, and just the focus from the publishers on the game, I think have really, really helped to, essentially kind of show that, the support's out there, and they're really, focused on it. They've talked a lot about wanting to, optimize the game, get it streamlined, get it focused in, get new maps, and make the experience so that they can kind of turn it into an esport, which I think is really interesting. I think it would definitely be a team-based kind of thing. It would be really, really fun to watch. It is interesting. Sloth, like I said, brought up in his video the other day, a pretty cool little note about, this is one of those games that doesn't seem like it would be fun to watch, because it's just a lot of time of, this right here where I'm running back and forth and trying to scope guys out. But definitely these are, the top 10 situation I'm in right now is the moments that make this game really, really exciting. And the fact of, getting in some gunfights and doing that, it definitely makes this game enjoyable, intense for sure, and a lot of fun. So it'll just be interesting to see. And like I said, hopefully we'll continue to see this game continue to grow, and continue to get optimized, continue to get balanced, continue all those different things. I think that would be really, really good. So we're getting down to the wire here. So this game really didn't have a whole lot going on for me. The first probably 20 minutes or so. I landed on the outskirts, and that's probably one of the first tips that I'm actually going to kind of talk through. I've been having a lot of success going to the very far outskirt towns. Not necessarily necessary to jump in right away. Honestly, sometimes a good idea to wait and let the plane kind of fly over its path and find something close. But I've had a lot of success looting, maybe getting 1 or 2 kills at the beginning. Honestly, usually getting some pretty good gear and then starting to make your way in. Obviously, the one disadvantage you have with that is going to be, of course, the fact that usually you're pretty far outside of the play zone. So just keep that in mind. You just really got to watch that first timer. When you get to a minute and a half, you really should start making that move and finding that vehicle. But outskirt towns, they seem to be the best, and it makes sense. The farther out you are, probably the better the gear is going to be, because you're at a disadvantage trying to get into the play zone comparative to being in the very middle of the map, where you have people that are probably going to be there. The gear might not be as good, but you don't have to worry about moving from point A to point B. So the rest of this match, I have an M16 with a red dot. I have an ump that's pretty well equipped here, and I get 4 kills in this match. Pretty good for a solo round. Definitely not out there killing everybody, but pretty happy with it. With just some pretty basic gear. So my strategy didn't necessarily work on this one. Like I said, I jumped into an outskirt city, but it ended up playing pretty good, and I had some fun with this one. I'm a little disappointed with my finish. So at this point, I didn't even realize that there were only 3 alive. I saw this guy, I saw that guy, took him down. I saw this guy, I couldn't get anything on him, but I knew that car was pretty well damaged. That's kind of another tip. Don't be afraid to blow these cars up, especially in this small play zone. I know that guy has to be behind there. And then, of course, what happens to me? That guy, I'm pretty sure, waited. I'm pretty sure he waited for me to kill that other dude, and he rolled up and he smoked me. So, second place finish. I'm not mad about it. I'm pretty happy about it. Definitely a game I want to continue to play more and get a little bit more strategy with. Try to develop some videos on more specific tips, to be honest. But like I said, just a couple strategies that have been working for me. And just don't be afraid to get in those gunfights. Go out there. You're going to die a lot. You're going to lose a lot in this game. You're going to get killed a lot. The nice thing is you can just reboot another match, especially if you're running solos. Is a great chance to get out there, get used to the weapons, get used to your looting skill, get used to the button presses, and really go from there. That's probably my biggest tip. So, quick short video, some decent little gameplay there at the end, knocking out some kills, and as always, I'm Doc, Average Gamer Guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.